Sometimes we believe society becomes stronger with taller buildings, smarter phones, or bigger companies. But the truth is, everything can collapse in a single moment. Today, I want to talk to you about Blindness, a powerful novel by José Samargo. But this isn't summary. This is about how this book, without meaning to, is one of the greatest lessons about the administrative process.
Imagine a normal city. People working, driving, shopping, everything ordinary. Until one person suddenly goes blind. No darkness, a white bright blindness. And in hours, dozens fall. In days, hundreds in weeks. Society collapses. But the real tragedy isn't the blindness. It's the lack of structure, the lack of order, the absence of administration. There is no plan, no organization, no leadership, no control. And when the administrative process disappears, chaos becomes the only language.
Maybe you've never thought about it, but the administrative process is everywhere in a company, in a school, even in a society. And Samargo shows us brutally what happens when every step collapses.
Planning is the step most people ignore. It's thinking before acting, asking, what is the goal? How do we get there? In blindness, when the epidemic begins, the government reacts with fear, not strategy. They isolate the blind and abandon asylum. No objectives, no protocols, no projection of research. Planning is supposed to prevent chaos. But here, the lack of planning creates it.
Without planning, everything else collapses, and that's the seed of the disasters in this history.
When formal organization disappears, people create their own. In the asylum, the blind divide into groups. Some seek survival, others seek power. Roles emerge, hierarchies emerge, but all will through fear, not through structure. In management, this is known as the informal organization. It appears when the official structure is absent or weak. And informal structures can be helpful or destructive. In the novel, they become source of abuse. Food becomes currency, violence becomes authority.
If you don't organize, someone else will, and their intention might not be good.
Direction is leadership, not position, not force. Leadership. In a blindness, two types of leaders appear. The false leaders, those who control food, threaten others, and rule through fear. And the true leader, the only woman who can still see. She didn't ask to lead. She didn't ask to be the only one vision. But here empathy becomes guidance. Here clarity becomes hope. Here courage becomes direction. In administration, this is so-called transformational leadership, the ability to inspire through example, not fear. Control is the step that closes the cycle. It checks that goals are being met. It corrects deviations. It ensures resources are used properly. But in the asylum, there is no control. Food arrives without verification. Rules are unclear. There is no supervision. Without control, any organization breaks. Without control, any society falls apart.
When everything collapses, leadership becomes the only light left. Blindness, it's a novel about losing sight. It's a novel about losing structure. The administrative process isn't just a school topic. It's a guide to prevent collapse in companies and in life. Because when planning fails, fear grows. When organization disappears, chaos rises. When direction fades, abuse appears. And when control breaks, everything falls. And the real blindness isn't physical. It's the blindness of not knowing how to manage ourselves.